Fredericton. All the bureaucrats and the politicians, especially the local politicians, they want to tell the world that Fredericton, you know, it's a nice, clean place, and there's no problems in Fredericton. But Fredericton is changing, and changing fast. I mean, just look at Carlton Park. You know, they call themselves a green city, but they want people to piss in the bushes. Anyway, never mind, focus, Charles. It's been a rough week in Fredericton, very rough. A guy attempted to jump off a bridge. That attracted a lot of attention. What was strange about that, I didn't know anything about it till somebody called me that there was some action on the walking bridge. I went to the walking bridge, there was nothing there, but it was at the bridge to nowhere. And next thing you know, the media showed up, put the tripod on the ground, put the camera on, and focus where the guy was sitting down and attempting to jump. I never seen that before. I wasn't comfortable. I did post some videos because I couldn't understand how come they were all dressed in camouflage, and they had the SWAT team there, and you know, a lot of people were upset at me that I would film it. Well, I filmed it because if the guy gets beat up, I had the evidence. But I didn't have to stick around because the mainstream media were all there. But it's amazing how the mainstream media would cover an attempted, somebody that's attempting to jump off a bridge. Now the other issue, won't mention no name, a guy walking around high on crystal meth. People say, well, some people say, well, how do you know he's high on crystal meth? How do you know that? Idiot. A guy goes around, scratches and itches, and just in another world. Plus, if you add a mental illness, you got a problem. This guy does a lot of walking. You see, this morning everybody was talking about him. He was on Prospect Street, and I guess a couple of days before he was on Woodstock Road, way miles down there. Now, people are saying, all right, I found out last night, as a matter of fact, I'll be honest, I was right down there, there was 2 police cruisers, and I was pretty stern, because we call the cops, many people call the cops, and me and a female friend, we were following him, and she called the cops, and it took about half an hour to 45 minutes for the cops to show up. And when I went and confront them last night to see if they got him or what was going on, and under the privacy issue, I understand you can't say anything, and there's no more police scanners. We don't know what's going on, even fires, nothing. The public doesn't know nothing. Okay, focus, Charles. What the cops told me was there's nothing they could do. Under Section 10, what's it called? Under the New Brunswick, what's it called again? New Brunswick Mental Health Act. There's really, the cops' hands are tied. They can't do nothing. He's allowed to walk the street here, scream, holler, do whatever he wants. There's nothing that could be done. If he turns around, I don't know, if he touched a female's ass, all right, he crossed, wrong example, but he crossed the line, they will arrest him. He has committed a criminal offense, therefore, what they do, put him in jail. And we know jail is not the place for a guy like that. But they say they can't touch him until he commits a criminal act. But if a person is drunk in public, how many times has the cops grabbed grabbed them and put them in the drunk tank. They didn't commit no criminal act. They were drunk in public. But if you're on crystal meth in public, that's okay. The public is confused. I'm confused. What's going on? This city, this summer, everybody's going to be walking around like zombies and nothing could be done. We need resources. We need money to... It has never been seen like this. And I predicted all this there. I predicted this. I live in a tent in front of the legislature for 6 months protesting against the usage of Ritalin. In 2003. And they're forcing these young kids to be on prescription drugs. Once these kids get older, they're gonna go on higher drugs. Ta-da! Here we go. There we go. We're on higher drugs. This is it. Crunch time. The generation that we drug are now drugging themselves, doing self-medication to their own body, and it's chaos. It's not only here, it's across Canada, it's across the States, and nothing could be done. Then they look and say, well, hey, get a job. They can't get a job. They're fried. Their brain is fried. They're done. They're done. Kaput tu fini. So it's been a very, very rough week. I might add, thank God, this morning, sad part, shouldn't talk about this, but I went at Tim Horton for a coffee. Next thing you know, I hear some sirens going to the farmer's market, racing there. I hear them coming there. I could have been the first one there with my camera. I went like this. Yeah, I'm gonna go for my coffee. No more McDonald's. Went for my coffee. There was a huge lineup. 10 minutes later, I got at the farmer's market. There was cops, and then ambulance, firefighters, and they were pumping the chest. A person took a heart attack, and sadly, an older guy, he died. I'm glad that I would have been there with my camera, and then I would have stopped, but it would have been terrible just to even show up there. So there was a guide for me not to go there. But it's amazing how people are nosy. People were just looking and looking. Come on, let the medical team do their work, especially when somebody's life is in danger, because we have the first responders are doing wonderful work. 8 minutes, way too long. So it's been a rough week for Fredericton. The world is starting to really get to know what Fredericton is all about, and it's not good.
Go straight back. Like, don't go inside. Just go straight back and then go inside there.